Okay, so got a problem with the R3 again, and well, it's been an existing problem the whole time I've had it. If you watched my, I believe it was my first video, the test drive video, I'll show you a clip right now. The roads suck here, don't they?
What was that?
Is it the road or the tires? That kind of the grinding.
Yeah.
Okay, so what that road noise I was hearing was, which only occurs at about 45 miles an hour exactly, and gets gradually worse. I thought it only went up to 50, but watching it goes all the way to 55 miles an hour, then starts fading away as I get near 60, and after 60 it's almost gone. But what that is the bearing in the front passenger side wheel hub going bad. So today I'm going to the junkyard and pulling a Series 1 front hub because they are physically the same. I just don't know if the DS, is it DSC or ABS or whatever the sensor is, the electronics in the hub assembly, I don't know if that's compatible with Series 2, but it's physically the same, and I need to get this car ready to drive 1,000 miles in a few days. So whatever, I don't care if it works or not because I have two brand new hubs back home for a Series 2. But anyway, let's get to the junkyard and get that hub assembly. Hey, I made it to the junkyard. Unfortunately, my phone overheated, so couldn't continue the POV driving stuff, time-lapse stuff. But got a couple of things. Stopped at Lowe's before coming here because I forgot to get them after I was here earlier. Sledgehammer, just a little tiny, what is it, 2-pound sledgehammer. Shouldn't need any bigger than that, than this to get the screws out of the brake rotor, so I can not have to pay for that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get in there now. I did mean that I was here earlier today, and when I was here, there is a 87 NA S4 FC, and I think it was a GXL or one of the luxurious models that came with a bunch of cool stuff. And one of those cool things is Turbo 2 brake calipers. Got both the front brake calipers by themselves for 30 bucks. So now I just got to get supporting mods and stuff like that so I can put them on my SA, and then I can have the proper stopping power, because those stock brakes are only meant for a car that came with 100 horsepower with the flywheel. I'm gonna make more than that. But anyway, let's get my tools and get in there and pull this hub off. Okay, so here is the RX8 I'm pulling the hub off of. It's just a Series 1, so nothing really special. But here's the hub that I'm trying to pull off. I could pull off the other one, doesn't really matter which side because they're both the same. But see, I already took out all the bolts from this, except I couldn't get the hub out. And so I think it's just frozen in place, so I had to go pick up that sledgehammer and hopefully it'll pop out. But the way you take these out is there's 4 bolts right here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then of course the brake caliper, and it's just 2 17mm bolts just holding the caliper on. Then after that you should be able to pop it out, but of course you do got to take the bolts out and all that stuff. I'm also going to try and retain this wire and see if maybe there's a chance that it can plug in and just work with the Series 2 stuff, but you never know. But if not, then I'll just have the dash light on the entire time back to Utah, and yeah, I'll just put the other Series 2 ones on when I get there. Okay, so a little change of plans here. So here's the entire hub assembly with the rotor on there and everything. Took the knuckle off with it because this hub just is not going to break loose with what I have here from the knuckle. So I ended up just taking the whole thing off, and it's pretty simple. I'll show you what I had to do put on this side. So I had to undo this bolt. There's a little cotter pin holding that in. I don't know if you can see it too well, but right there. And then underneath here, you gotta take this one out. That one's a 19, I believe. That one up there is a 17. And also had to take the steering rack nut off, which I believe that was also 17 and held in by a cotter pin. So it was overall pretty easy to take out. Let's see, I was able to get this guy off, but I might just take this connector just in case, because I don't know if I'll actually need it or not, and I don't recall if mine is damaged or not, but I'm pretty sure my ABS and traction control lights are going off because of the bad bearing in the hub. Anyway, got my hub, and well, I can get out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and put these bolts back in because, well, why not? All right, here's the FC, and it's a 5-lug model, which is obvious because I had turbo 2 brakes on it. I think all the ones with turbo 2 brakes on them were just upgraded models that had 5 lugs and stuff like that. These also have these hoe-ass spacers on them. I don't know why those are on there, but okay. And see, some of you might be wondering why I'm not pulling these 5 lugs hubs, and it's because more than likely I'm going to end up with a GSL SE rear end, which will be 4 by 114.3, and then I don't want to have 5 legs on the front and 4 legs on the rear, because if I ever need to, you know, put my front wheels on the back, then I'll have to put like adapters or something. I just don't want to do that. But yeah, the hubs are in good shape. If I was doing a 5-lug conversion, I'd just get all of these hubs and get these rear brakes too. But I might even go the whole 9 yards and just do an FC rear end swap, which requires quite a bit of fabrication. But yeah, if any of you are in the El Paso area, this is Junkyard on Montana, next to Lowe's and Walmart, and has the engine in it. It's a NA6 port, so not really that attractive, but if I was staying here for the next year, I would absolutely pull this engine and then you know, get a 6-port Holley manifold and then drop it in my SA, just as my other spare engine. Probably sell the 12A or something. Yeah, if any of you need an engine, here you go. Looks like it has some aftermarket headers. They're not racing beat. Let's get down here more. Yeah, it's like split down the middle. I don't know what brand that would be. And I don't know what the rest of the exhaust is. Looks like it's straight pipe the whole way through, and then whatever this dual rear catback is. Looks like a true dual at least, which is interesting. Rear end looks pretty good too. Not bad. Yeah, again, this is at the Junkyard in El Paso on Montana, next to Lowe's and Walmart. So if any of you are in the area and seeing this video, well, here you go. Something to start off with. Of course, it's an NA6 port, so that's pretty limited on what you can do with porting, or power-wise anyway. But see, it does have seats. The interior's pretty torn up. It's kind of all over the place in here. What's all this shit? Nissan V6. Interesting. All right, well, that's it for here. I'm gonna get back to the barracks now. Okay, so I'm at the DIY auto shop and have it on the lift, and pretty much only the front raised. And just looking at the hubs and trying to spot any differences. And already see a difference in the connector, so I'm not gonna be able to use the ABS sensor thingy on this hub. But other than that, physically it looks exactly the same, the knuckle anyway. And if you look at this connector right here, oh, that's a Series 2 connector, or sensor thingy. And then you got this guy right here, which is not the same. Other than that, it should all be perfectly fine and all match. Yeah, the only goal of this is to get it back to Utah and nothing else. So this will be perfectly fine. Oh, that bit looks a little worn. Kind of torn up. Anyway, let's go ahead and disassemble this hub. Okay, so I don't know if you'll be able to hear or see the play in the hub, but let's see. It's really quiet. I can't even see it in person, but so when you do it with the wheel, you can definitely see it. But yeah, I can definitely feel the plate just by moving it back and forth like this. So yeah, this hub is definitely bad. So next thing from here is to undo this cotter pin, take this bolt out. See, this one does not have a cotter pin down here. This guy down here. This one is a 17, I believe. This one's a 19. And then also the steering rack, which does not have a cotter pin. Oh wow, what do you know? That one's also a 17, I believe. So let's go ahead and get this out. But yeah, those are the only 3 bolts you have to take off to get the hub off. But of course, I will need to take this little guy out. I believe that sensor bolt is a 10 mil, and then this little guy right here is a 12 mil. All right, let's get to it. Alright, so here's a Series 2 hub next to a Series 1 hub. And immediately you can notice a couple differences. It doesn't look like anything's dimensionally different. I have no idea what the fuck he's doing over there. But he's been grinding away since I got here. Anyway, this top part looks a little bit beefier than the Series 1. And yeah, just slightly beefier in other areas all around, but overall dimensionally they look exactly the same, so I should be perfectly fine with this. Let's go ahead and start installing this, and we'll go from there. Alright, and there is a Series 1 hub and knuckle on a Series 2 RX8. They are 100% direct bolt-on, except they are not compatible with the wiring. So if you're in a pinch like I am, go to your local junkyard. If there's an RX8 there that has the front hubs on them, pull them off, and well, you can do this until you get a new or good used Series 2 hub assembly for your Series 2 RX8. But I'm going to go ahead and get my wheel on here and then get out of here. Okay, so we're gonna go off base because on base I can only go up to 35 miles an hour, and then we're gonna go on the main road and get up to about 45, 50ish or something like that. So let's go ahead and do that now. On the main road now, so we're gonna get to see if fix the vibration issue. Traffic in the middle of the day here really sucks. I don't like it. All right, here we go. $40, $45 seems smooth. $50, $55. So the range was about 45 to 55 or 60 or something like that. Yeah, I should slow it down now. See, I'm kind of going over the speed limit. But yeah, it seems like the issue's fixed. So don't feel any vibration or wobble anywhere in that was it 40 to 60 range? I think it barely started at like 40 and then got worse at 45 and then got gradually worse and somewhat better at about 55, 60. Yeah, it seems like it's fixed now, so yay. But of course it doesn't fix my ABS lights or anything like that. And this guy with this Chrysler 300, I think he was trying to prove something to me because he just sped as fast as he could around just to get around me. I know, they do that for some reason. Let's go ahead and get back on the base. Red line through the gears, so get that one red line a day out of the way. Alright, let's go in red line now. Kind of hard to get a clear run, but whatever. Alright. Well, that proved successful. So, conclusion of this is that you can definitely go to the Junkyard with your Series 2 RX8 and get a Series 1 RX8 front hub assembly thingy with a knuckle. It cost me about $41 or something. I have to go look at the receipt, but about like 40 bucks or something like that. And yeah, bolts right on. Everything's physically exactly the same. Just the S2 knuckles slightly beefier in some areas. And you can't plug the little ABS sensor in. So yeah, when you're in a pinch, this is a definitely good fix. So if you ever run into this issue where you have a Series 1 and you find a Series 2 in a junkyard, or you have a Series 2 and you find a Series 1 in the junkyard, you can't find your series, then here's your fix. Alright, I think that's about it for this video. So probably see you when I'm on my way back to Utah. And yeah, that'll be a fun and interesting trip. Do rotaries this time. Alright, see ya.